Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Fall Equinox Healthy Tips for Tails episode. So we've just experienced the official beginning of fall, where there's equal time of light and darkness. In Chinese medicine, this is the equality or the balance between yin and yang. It's also a time in Chinese medicine, whereas the seasons change, a focus on our internal organs also shift. So each season is associated with an internal organ. Fall is associated with the lungs and large intestine and our respiratory system and our immune system. And also interspersed in the fall is the harvest season of Indian summer. So Indian summer is associated with our digestion, with our stomach and spleen in Chinese medicine. And what that means is that we focus or highlight all of our energies, especially in these organ systems during the season. This is also a time when the seasons change and weather changes really quickly. The fluctuations between daylight and nighttime is really a vast fluctuation. The lung large intestine is from the lungs all the way out to the nose. There's our whole respiratory system. So the Chinese look at it as a season that we need to support our immunity to the environment, to the viruses, to the allergies, everything that comes into our bodies. It's also a time to support our digestion in general. So the harvest time is a time to increase or enhance our digestion. What I'd like to talk about is I'd like to talk about some foods that are helpful for us and our animals at the fall equinox and during this change of season. Pumpkin is one of the best things, and I know that those of you who have animals who have either constipation or diarrhea, you use pumpkin for the fiber to increase the absorption or to move the water in and out of the GI tract and the colon. Well, pumpkin is a food that's associated or supportive of the lung and large intestine in Chinese medicine. There's also peas, which are associated with the kidneys, but is also associated with moving water in and out. The fall season we can look at as a dampness or a phlegm producing time. It's also a time when there's dryness. So we're having both dryness and dampness simultaneously. Those of us who get colds and there's a runny nose, this is the dampness. If it starts to thicken, we have phlegm. Those of us who have allergies, and I'm talking about our animals also, will have the stuffy head, the heavy head, the stuffy eyes, the snot coming down, or the snot that goes into your stomach through postnasal drip. It's also the time when, especially during drought or no rain, our mucous membranes in our nose gets really dry and very sensitive to things that move in the air. So it's why we have the allergies. So the foods that are really good, aside from pumpkin, and I made a little note of the different things, would be herring, duck, rabbit, the pumpkin, of course, kale, and also to help our digestion, rice. So those of you who are familiar with your animals who have diarrhea, constipation, or us, we will eat rice or rice porridge, especially the brown rice that's very well cooked, to help move things through the tract. So it will add fiber and also calm. It's a neutral kind of food that helps to mediate the intestines in general. So the foods again would be pumpkin and peas. Apples and pears are also good. Kale, as I said, and for the protein source, for those of us who are dry, tofu and soybeans. For those animals who can tolerate that, any kind of tofu is also helpful. And duck, rabbit, and herring. For the herbs, there are excellent medicinal mushrooms. So the medicinal mushroom that's associated with enhancing immunity and your longevity and your circulation, especially in the lungs and the heart, is reishi mushroom. This is the Ganoderma lucidum, and we know it as shiitake mushrooms. I'm a fan of the the products by Paul Stamets, Host Defense, because he accentuates mycelium. To me, mycelium, as a veteran herbalist, has the picture of all of this netting. And the netting to me is a feeling of the immune system in our fascia underneath our skin. And it helps to coat, to protect, to enhance, and to also prevent things from coming in. So medicinal mushrooms, very good to give at this point of time of the year. Additionally, cordyceps mushroom is a mushroom, a medicinal mushroom that helps increase oxygenation. Excellent for those animals and humans who have asthma or an issue with getting enough oxygen into the lungs and not being able to deep breathe. The other herb that I'd like to just mention are the seaweeds. So seaweed is a food and a medicine. And the seaweeds, especially dulse and kelp and nori, are excellent to support the lungs with the trace minerals and also with the ability to absorb water and filter things out. Lastly, what I'd like to mention is an acupressure point that would be good to help guard against viruses or bacteria, or helpful in allergies that come through the air. And that is our gallbladder 20 or our wind pond point. This is gallbladder 20 or wind pond. And I call it the yes point. It's the dimples at the base of your skull that your hands fall into. And you can just massage that. Excellent for decreasing allergy headaches. Great if you're concerned that you've picked up a virus or a bacteria, because the Chinese believe that the exogenous evil influences, or what we consider viruses or bacteria, will come in through the back of your head, which is why your parents always told you to wear a scarf. So gallbladder 20 would be a really good addition at this time of the year. Okay, I hope that this has been a helpful short video from Healthy Tips for Tails, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.